friends, and welcome back to David Williams' Codename Bananas, Chapter 42, Lost Property. Now, we go over this every time. Hopefully you'll catch on to it soon, or midway through the year. Answer each and every question, not only correctly, but with complete sentences, restating the question. Now, I've told you the easiest way to do that is by copying the question and pasting it, then changing it to be your answer. And all you really have to come up with is a couple words at the beginning and usually a couple words at the end, and end with a period instead of a question mark. All right, let's get started with Chapter 42, Lost Property. Screech! The train's brakes, screeching as it arrived in Bognor Regis Station, woke Eric up with a start. Peering out of the window on the platform side, he could see a gaggle of policemen waiting there. One was even holding a giant net. The policeman at Victoria Station must have called ahead. Now there was no escape. Or was there? The train came to a juddering halt as Eric began desperately shaking Sid and Gertrude to wake them up. "Wake up! Wake up!" In moments, both had come to, Gertrude letting out a terrific yawn. "Look!" hissed Eric, pointing out the window at what looked like to be the entire Bognor Regis constabulary out in force. "Oh no," replied Sid. "We'll have to sneak out of this side," said Eric. He climbed out of the window and landed on the railway line. Kertunk! This was dangerous with a capital D. If another train arrived, he would be squished in an instant. Eric's eyes darted left and right, checking that the coast was clear. He helped the other two down from the train. Gertrude pushed Sid's bottom up and out, and he leaped down onto the line herself. Next, the three tiptoed over the track and heaved themselves up the platform on the other side. Peering into the carriage windows, they could see the policemen swarming onto the train, searching for them. The three slid around the corner in the platform and came across a little office with a sign on the door which read, "Lost Property." It was deserted. No doubt all the station staff had also been enlisted to look out for the three runaways. "Let's hide in here," hissed Eric. They slipped inside, closing the door silently behind them. The office was a treasure trove of things folks had left behind at the station over the years. There were umbrellas, bowler hats, books, buckets and spades, rubber duckies, suitcases, kites, deck chairs, dollies, teddy bears, a beach ball, a globe, a pram, and even a stuffed cat. Gertrude whipped back her veil, her face a picture of delight. Here were lots of new toys to play with. Immediately she began bouncing the beach ball. Boing, boing, boing. Twirled the umbrella as if she were doing a song and dance number. Swish! And took a great big bite out of the bowler hat. Munch. "Stop that, Gertrude," hissed Eric. "We may need this stuff. We can use some of these clothes as disguises." "Good thinking," said Sid, reaching for one of the suitcases from a shelf. "The policemen at Victoria Station would have been given detailed descriptions of us. We have to lose this wedding party look at once." "And now, what that we don't have a wheelchair, maybe we can use this," suggested the boy, holding a handle of the pram. "A pram? It's huge. It must be for twins." "Or one very big baby," said Sid slyly. They both turned to look at Gertrude. The gorilla was not enjoying the taste of the bowler hat at all, but she carried on eating. Munch, munch, munch. "Do you think she'd even fit in the pram?" asked Eric. Gertrude frowned and shook her head. "Well, if you think you can persuade her," remarked Sid. The gorilla crossed her arms in a ginormous huff. "I'll try," replied the boy. He smiled at his furry friend, who frowned back, her forehead wrinkled like a walnut. "Good luck," joked Sid. "There must be some way to bribe her." "Well, we know she loves her food. Maybe we can find something in here, and we need good outfits for us." They opened a big battered suitcase. It was jammed full of long, flowery dresses. "Oh no," said Eric. "Well, I'm sure they'll have you a size," chuckled Sid. "But it'd be the perfect disguise. The police aren't looking for two ladies with a baby, are they?" "No," agreed the boy. "Come on, then. Let's take some other bits and bobs and change into as soon as we are out of the station. And you need a shoe. That I do. After a short while, the door of the lost property office slowly opened. Creak. Sid stepped out first. He was wearing a long, flowery yellow dress, topped off with white silk gloves, sunglasses, and a sun hat. The old man hid his beard behind a lady's fan. Next, it was Eric's turn. He was sporting a lady's pink bathing costume, a flowery purple bathing hat, goggles, and a rubber ring around his waist. Both pulled out of the huge pram, which was only just fitted through the door. Inside the pram, hidden under a number of colorful beach towels, was Gertrude. The old gorilla looked like the most unusual newborn baby you'd ever seen. She was sucking on a huge stick of Bognor Regis rock. Eric had found her. Slurp, slurp, slurp. It was just what he needed to tempt her into the pram, and it was much tastier than a bowler hat. With just a little right swagger, the three waltzed straight past the throng of waiting policemen on the platform, who watched them with great curiosity. Would the policemen stop them? Was the game up? Not yet. The policemen studied them for a while before turning their attention to the other passengers who were coming and going from the station. Now there was just the ticket barrier between their freedom, between our heroes and freedom. Chapter 43, Twitching Mustache. Standing to attention at the station's ticket barrier was a little man with a big mustache. He looked, in a word, officious. "Tickets, please," he barked, his mustache twitching as he spoke. Sid produced the 3 tickets and handed them over with what he thought was a feminine flourish. The little man inspected the tickets closely and then tore them in two. Sid cooed in his most ladylike voice, "Oh, thank you, my good man. Well, if everything is in order, we must be on our way to enjoy the sights and sounds of Bognor Regis." "Stop," replied the ticket inspector. Lady Sid and Lady Eric shared a nervous glance. Oh no, they were done for. "I love babies," said the little man. "Mind if I have a peek?" "Oh, she's very shy," huffed Lady Sid. "Oh, just a quick peek." "She's sleeping," hissed Lady Eric. "Don't worry, I won't wake her," replied the little man. With that, he pulled back the beach towel. He revealed a smiling Gertrude sucking on her stick of rock. Slurp, slurp, slurp. A look of horror spread across the man's face. His mustache was now twitching like a kite in the storm. It looked as if he might fly off his face at any moment. "Pretty as a peach, isn't she?" chirped Lady Eric. "Now, come along, baby." With the man still frozen up to the spot in shock, the two pushed the pram out of Bognor Regis station. As soon as they turned a corner, they picked up as much speed as they could. Riddle, rattle, ruddle. The pair then leaped on the back of the pram as it bounced along the pavement from the station into the town. Oink, oink, oink. "We did it!" exclaimed Sid. "We certainly did," agreed the boy. Slurp, 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 went baby Gertrude on her stick of rock. They were dressed perfectly for a delightful summer's day at the beach. Such a shame it was December. They had escaped into the charming little seaside town of Bognor Regis. Sea View Towers wasn't far away. They had no clue of the terrible danger that was lurking there. And that will do it for part 3. When we return, we will be into part 4, A Monstrous Tyranny. Now remember, do your best at answering those questions correctly with complete sentences, and we'll see you tomorrow for part 4, A Monstrous Tyranny.